Hi, this is the beginning of the five-part series chapter of this book. It's a mixture of video and text components, so I'm glad that you are here. This is the first part of the chapter, and in this part, I am going to take you through my background, how my information science or library and information science journey began, right from the University of Ghana to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and I'm going to point out three important places that played essential role in building me up to this point where I am able to tell you all that I will be telling you in this chapter of the book. So, the first one I would want to point out, which I would show you in the video, is the School of Information Sciences at the University of Ghana. The second part or place would be at the Department of Information Studies. And then I would show you Ghana's biggest library, the Balme Library, where I interned and worked as a library staff for some time. And that also contributed to my journey and time in this field, right? So stay tuned and I will take you through this background in a bit. We are going all the way to Ghana. Welcome to Ghana. Here is the premier university. It is the nation's hope and glory. And right here was where the journey began for me in this multidisciplinary program, Library and Information Science. This is University of Ghana, and I have an interesting story to tell you. It is a fun fact. Here in Ghana, it is only at the University of Ghana that Library and Information Sciences programs are run. So, right from certificate to PhD, it is only one high school, and that is the University of Ghana School of Information Sciences. So, I bet you if I say my journey was an interesting one. This is where the story began. In this video, I am going to share with you three important places that contributed to my journey in the information sciences discipline. And then I will tell you why I am still interested in pursuing a master's in information science. And then I would assure you that it's not just about libraries. Here, mine, at the center of the School of Information Sciences and Communication Studies. Under this school, we have the Department of Information Studies and the Department of Communication Studies. Here, it's one of the sites or places that my interesting journey about library and information science began. This is not my department, but this is the Brother High School in Ghana. And I can proudly say that it is the only high school we have here in Ghana. Let me tell you something. Whilst I was here, I get to see the dean, I get to see some faculty members, I get to interact with other people in the high school. And trust me, they were so very helpful. Very helpful to the extent that my journey in this discipline became so easier. And I just want to assure you that wherever you are, whichever part of the world that you find yourself, so far as you are interested in this discipline, trust me, trust your high school, trust your faculty, and trust the decision that you would make. That you are going to get all the support that you need to make sure that your journey is successful. Here is the Department of Information Studies. This is my home. This is where my journey began. All the interesting things I like to tell you about information science, library and information science, this is the beginning point. And I love so much that I am back home, back to the University of Ghana. And here I am able to tell you all the story, all the interesting things I've wanted to share with you. So, this was where I grew, starting as a student at the University of Ghana studying information science, information studies. And I happened to take interesting courses. I did database management, collection development. I did introduction to computing, introduction to information technology. I did telecommunication as well, and then I did a bit of programming. All yeah. So that is where I studied all the interesting things, as I said, that began here. And then I moved on to that office. Just this one. That is where I started serving as the president of the Information Studies Students Association, where I had to coordinate with other students to make sure that we are giving students the best. And then I moved on again to this particular same office where I served as a teaching assistant. So I just did not study information studies as a student. I studied all the interesting things that you would want to study or you are studying now if you are in the program as an undergraduate student. And then I served the students' body as a president of the association. That is interesting. And then again, I tutored information science. So if you find yourself in the field right now as an undergraduate student or a diploma student, and you are considering studying a master's in the library information science discipline, you need not to worry, you need not to be stressed, because it's a very interesting process that you would progress very well. And I just love it that I am back here telling you this story and how my background has really helped me in this journey that I am currently pursuing. So the library and information science does not require you to have a background in information studies or library and information science, but if you ending this part of the chapter, I am going to show you the University of Ghana's Balme Library. This is where I am right now, and I'm so glad that I am able to tell this part of the story to you. At the university's Balme Library, there are lots of things you can do in there. Put that aside. This is Ghana's biggest library. Just in case you did not know, it is very big. I mean, very wide, very big, and has a lot of collections. And then again, it is West Africa's biggest library. That tells you how big the library is, and it's serving a community that is very, very large. And to tell you, I did not just bring you here to look at the beautiful big Balme library. I brought you here to let you know that it is not just about libraries. This is one of the places that you can work, you can pursue further professional journey if you have a master's in library and information science degree. And in this library, we have several departments: the acquisition department, the digitization department, the reference department, a unit for the physically challenged, and a research department. There are lots of sessions in this library, and this is to tell you that even if you happen to find yourself in the library with your Master of Library and Information Science degree, you won't just be opening books. That is not what they do at the library. They don't just open books, and they don't just pull books out of the shelves and give it to people. In this library, from my experience, they do digitization. They turn books from paperback copies to soft copies, making it accessible to you. They create all forms of information and resources that are going to help every member of the university community to have a pleasant academic study. The university has a research unit that helps masters, undergraduate, and faculty members to carry out their research work. And then I am emphasizing on it again that with your Master of Science in Library and Information Science degree, you're not just going to be at the library. I happen to have worked in the library as an intern, and I love that experience, and I would always want to be back in the library. I would love to be back to the Balme Library, but not just the Balme Library, all the other big libraries in the world. And if you happen to be there, just know that you're not just going to be opening books, you're not just going to be shelving books, you're going to be doing more than that. And then again, I am going to assure you that your library and information science degree is not restricting you just to working in a library. It is doing more than that, and you can go further with that. So do not give up, do not stop thinking about it, do not delay on your decision to pursue further studies in library and information science.